Hey everyone. It always sucks having a creator that you like or you don't watch them but you know they're a good person in general, but then they get in the worst case imaginable, like the kind of one that they don't deserve at all. Most streamers have a very low chance of getting hurt, especially if they're locked up in the goon cave where like the only person they see is like the DoorDash driver 28 times a week. The only genre I can really think of in my mind is like IRL stream where they go around their hometown like through the streets or like somewhere they're traveling where they might like instigate shit with someone else, for the views. But then the second it goes bad, they're running away from any sign of violence. So you never really feel bad for them if they get punched or into something. But this story right here in this video is way more sad and more unfortunate about a Korean YouTube streamer known as YoroTV, and his life was taken away by a rival streamer that he was on bad terms with. I barely knew who the guy was because like I said, he's Korean, so I'm completely like in the wrong audience bracket to watch him. But I can really tell from the pictures I've seen from him, he's a very calm guy, and he's 50 as well, so like legitimately the kind of person that would, if he streamed, it would be like the most kind of calming footage you would ever see, like very relaxing, where nothing ever bad happens. And he must have been a popular guy, with some of his streams getting up like hundreds of thousands of viewers at a time. And that was good for him, but I guess when you get that popular in the Korean space of YouTube, you make some enemies along the way, which he did. And that was another streamer in Korea as well, that he had beef with for over 3 years, and I really don't want to make light of this situation, but I like to imagine that if he's 50, it'd be really funny if this guy was like 12 years old, like a Dennis the Menace kind of situation. And normally I imagine like arguments between streamers don't ever get that bad, but I guess for them it did, where YoroTV took him to court for the harassment. And to me at least, that's pretty shocking. Whenever you see people like on Kick or Twitch, at least in the US or the UK, it gets pretty bad, but the most that ever happens, like you have like fans like infighting each other like, in the communities. Or maybe worse, you have like the manager send the rival streamer like legal threats that they'll take him to court, but even then it just stops there. Of course in this scenario it wasn't purely because of streaming, there was way more stuff going on behind the scenes like in the private life, but it's still bizarre to me that their career online at least had a factor in it. But it's hard to get like the pinpoint details of the court case because the actual official Korean articles of the story are very, as you can see, and I don't really trust a good translator to give me like the full story because they'll probably give me jargon that's nothing to what actually happened. But anyhow, earlier this week, YoroTV was streaming himself in the morning going to another court hearing, when from absolutely nowhere, his rival came out from behind him and stabbed him just before getting in his car and driving away. I always think seeing that kind of stuff on stream is terrifying to see because there's nothing you can do as a viewer just seeing like your favorite creator just getting stabbed and killed right on camera. Maybe like if you're close to him, you could like run to him and like get an ambulance or help him. But even then that wouldn't help much, sadly, because like I said, it's in the morning and that would be like rush hour for traffic where an ambulance coming would be a lot slower. Eventually help did arrive and they took him to hospital, but sadly it was already too late and he passed away. But in terms of the rival, he was found hours later and apparently he made posts like hours prior to the actual stabbing, where he mentioned himself what he's planning to do and how he's not going to come back. I just want to read like a short extra because it is terrifying and jarring. I apologize to my subscribers who have cared for me and supported me, but I couldn't possibly forgive someone who tried to destroy other people's happiness. I won't make excuses. I will take responsibility for my actions. Like Jesus, that stuff is always scary to me because whenever you see someone like as a fan, you never really know if they're being honest, especially if they have a background of being crazy already. And to be honest, if you're a streamer and you have that kind of track record, you'd probably try to like implement it in your character to make it more entertaining on stream. Where even if you did believe him, the information you could discern from that is so like bare little that it could have barely prevented the situation of him getting stabbed. However, I will admit that it's funny in one of the last posts he made before the event, he mentioned like how he just wanted to see the ocean one last time before getting arrested. Like that was the one gripe he had from taking a life from someone over something like very petty potentially, like goddamn dude. But now, that's where the story is over, sadly. And I want to talk about like how these rivalries are so weird between like streamers, because they can definitely become big enough that the fans have like a mini war between them where they won't watch like the rival streamer and vice versa. One thing I really want to know is that there were any people that saw like the rival streamers post before the event and they want to warn YoroTV, but even then that wouldn't really help much because if you saw like one comment warning you of getting stabbed like from a chat or just a donation, would you really believe it? 100%. And yeah, of course in hindsight you can say like it wasn't the best idea to record himself where he is, where a guy could find him easily. But if you're in a court case with someone, you definitely have the opinion of them that they're civil enough to not do like a 180, just stab you out of nowhere in the streets. So this has to be very depressing for an actual fan of his that would watch watch his streams every single day. Compared to like any other person that, you know, that's high energy, you know, always being a piece of shit on camera. Well, for him, you know, you like watch him, you know, living his life day to day, very simply, you know, getting a coffee, going to the park, nice and calm. But then his death is like a complete juxtaposition of that, where it seems more likely for someone like in a criminal gang than a normal 50-year-old guy. If this happened to like some other kick broccoli hair streamer, I don't want to sound malicious, but it would feel more deserved, because at least you have like a timeline of the crimes that they committed right on camera without shame. So it would make more sense what happened to them instead. But for this guy, Yul TV, I think it's safe to say that even if you don't watch him, this is the worst way for him to go out and, you know, like severely depressing from whatever angle you look at it.